Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Monson Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Hey, it's Monday, and we're here, and it's Coffee and Headlines, and I am so psyched. It is Monday, April 14. Semana Santa is upon us. People have started coming into town, I believe, and things are going to get even more interesting as we reach the second half of the week. But I am truly hoping that everybody's having a great beginning of the week. It is Monday morning. It is wonderful out there. It is wonderful in here. And I have all kinds of interesting, oh my goodness, Sean, God bless you, because you keep sending me all these questions that I need to answer. The latest question from Sean, and you know what? I'm going to put this out there because maybe some of the English speaking locals watching can help me answer this one. And you got me thinking about this, Sean, because Sean sent me a note, a lovely note saying, you know what? I'm curious about who is drawn to Puerto Vallarta. I'm paraphrasing. He said that in one way or another. And of course, the version that I know is that for the longest time, Puerto Vallarta has attracted people that are running away from something or someone. You have people like, who was it? Olivia Newton-John? Her boyfriend disappeared and then reappeared somewhere in the neighborhood. Then there was that guy, I believe the name was Dwayne Chapman, some kind of rogue law enforcer that came looking for some. There's all kinds of stories. But who is drawn to Puerto Vallarta? My goodness, that is a big, big question. Obviously, we have a lot of retirees, um, but there's a lot too. There's a lot. In Spanish, we have a saying, mucha tela de donde cortar. There's a lot of fabric to cut and turn into something. So, Sean, all I'm going to say is I'm going to be looking for answers for you this week while you're enjoying yourself. And it's nice to see that you're doing great things. Look at this. Sean had a wonderful time cleaning up a beach hike with Banderas Bay Project. It was a beautiful hike and the most welcoming people. See, that warms my heart. That is just super cool. But enough about Sean, enough about me. Let's focus on you. Well, let's focus on me a little bit because I looked at what I had to bring to the table today, and we're going to skip the news altogether, except for one amazing interview on the second half. I want to tell you how my weekend went because hopefully it'll inspire you to do all kinds of things. On Saturday, Lars and I headed out to the river, to the Rio Cuale, up to Moro Paraíso, because we were going to meet lovely friends out there. And on the way, we were driving past Rancho Santiago, and I had heard about it, and then some people contacted me from Rancho Santiago saying, you should stop by, you should check it out, da da da. So I said to Lars, let's stop by and check it out. So I want to show you Rancho Santiago. This is a new, excuse me. This is a new live music venue that is up the river, up the Rio Cuale, further out of the barbecue place that everybody knows. And they have started to do live music, and they closed for a while just to fix some things up, and they are open again. And I want to show you some of the photos that we took. Again, they were prepping I had forgotten that their big reopening day is today, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But this is essentially an outdoor venue where you can enjoy live music and food and beverages and whatnot. Again, this is up the Rio Quale. There are restrooms. I didn't check inside to see if the toilet seats have toilet seats, but I sure hope that they do. And it's very spacious. That area that is dark on the left hand side, these are horse stables. Why is my cursor so big? That's new to me. Those are horse stables, and you can see there's at least one horsey there. Maybe the other horses were out working. I don't know. And then there's all the way next to the river. There is this additional sitting area. So it looked like a really fun place to go and spend the day at if you like that sort of thing. And of course, their grand reopening is today with Stoli doing an acoustic show from 3 to 6 p.m. And Stoli is going to join me for a spotlight interview, I believe, next week. She's going to talk to me about her new children's library. So I'm excited about that. But there you have it. This is what Rancho Santiago looks like. In case you want to check it out, they have a Facebook page, which I will include in the show notes today. And then, of course, we made it to Moro Paraíso, and I have spoken so much about Moro Paraíso. It is one of my favorite places to charge my batteries. Um, as you know, you can get there walking, you can get there driving, and it's a lovely, lovely restaurant right next to the river. But it was so funny because it was a zoo. And I mean, literally, I have prepped 3 short videos that I want to show you now because we got there, we sat down, and the first thing that caught our attention was this hen. She was just hanging out, standing on top of a chair. That was me, not her. And then, oh, let me stop this for a second. Then, from where we were sitting, these two guacamayas on the loose, they were just chilling. And they were this close from where we were sitting. And of course, my friend Lucas was like, hurry, Paco, hurry with the camera.
That's okay. You're my man.
It was just
wild parrots.
precious.
I love it.
Oh, okay. And this one needs some explanation. You know, you can take the city boy out of the city, but nobody told me that cows have horns. I thought only bulls have horns. But these cows were grazing right next to us at the restaurant, and they had horns. Will somebody explain that to me? I may have failed biology.
Yeah.
What the There are cows with horns. No mames.
We were saying that the other day too.
Oh my goodness. It was so much fun. And of course, we had a lovely Saturday laughing and enjoying nature while we still can. As you know, it's going to get warm. It's schwitzy anytime soon. But we had an absolutely wonderful time out there, as we always do. Shout out to my dear friends Claudio and Lucas, who are such a source of great energy and love. And shout out to my dear friends that run Moro Paraíso, my favorite outdoor place to go to in the city. And then, of course, Sunday, I got busy. I got busy because I wanted to put together my music appreciation presentations for the month of May. And I wanted to show you this because I thought you would appreciate it since we've been talking so much about AI and this, that, and the other. Okay, so one of my two May music appreciation presentations has to do with the music of French composer Maurice Ravel, whom I adore. And this is called Ravel à la carte, a curated journey through his finest works, which is a little bit of bullshit because it's, well, they are some of his finest works, but it really is about my favorite Ravel works, which again are among his finest. This deserves one of these. Boom, boom, yes. But the reason why I wanted to show you this is because, of course, I knew the pieces of music, and I was first going to put a portrait of Ravel in my promo poster, but then I figured, let's ask AI a question. And I said to the image generation AI that I use, I said, show me what French composer Maurice Ravel dreamed about. And boom, I got this image, and I thought to myself, well, that works just fine. So this is how I came up with the image that I chose to use to illustrate this particular presentation. And then the other one from the month is called Tales Without Words, a journey through program music from pastoral fields to jazz tracks. So you know, program music is any music that is supposed to tell a story without words. So if the music sounds like a cloudburst or a rain shower or a nice stroll through the fields, how can you make that create that image without words and just with musical instruments? So that is what program music is about. So once again, in this particular presentation, we're going to talk about Prokofiev's Peter and the Wolf. We're going to talk about the Grand Canyon Suite. We're going to talk about Eric Whitaker's Cloudburst. We're going to talk about Pat Metheny's Last Train Home, which are great pieces of music that are very programmatic. And once again, I asked ChatGPT, well, give me a prompt so that I can get a nice image to illustrate my presentation. And that's where this image came from. See, there's the Grand Canyon, and there's the train from Pat Metheny. There's Peter and the wolf, a big wolf. So I had fun with generating images throughout the weekend. But then I got a little stoned, outside voice, and I decided to ask AI for an image depicting a leisurely stroll down the Guacamole Path. Take that. I must have been hungry. I must have gotten the munchies because this is what AI gave me. I asked for the gay version, and I got these two fellows just walking down the Guacamole Path. And last but not least, of course, I turned myself into a Simpson. Coffee and headlines. There you have it. That's my self portrait. Anyhow, that is pretty much what I did with my weekend. And before we get into this interview, where we're going to see what this gig is all about a week from today, let us take a quick look at the weather forecast just to see what is going on out there. Snarky Weather says the sun is out giving skin cancer to all the bad little boys and girls. Well, whatever. It is 26 degrees right now. Humidity is at 63%. And our weather forecast tells us that we are going to have mostly clear skies throughout the day with a high of 28 and a low of 16. Tomorrow, Tuesday, will be humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, a high of 28 and a low of 17. And then Wednesday, humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 29 and a low of 18. And of course, Thursday is when Semana Santa gets a little wild and crazy. So, as we've been saying all along, we're going to stay put and allow our tourist friends the opportunity to enjoy our city at their fullest. And now let me, look is here. My goodness, you guys, we have such great times every time we spend time with you. And you were so funny. It's like, hurry, Paco, hurry. It was a great time. Anyhow, I do have this great interview that I wish to share with you before we go into your comments. And this is Lawrence from El Rey BBQ Lounge, who is having this special presentation of Empress at his at the lounge a week from today. Let's find out from them what this is going to be like, and I'll see you after this is over for our comments. Look what the cat dragged in. Sitting with me today are Lawrence Goodwin of El Rey BBQ Lounge and Empress, whom I'm meeting for the first time. So I'm so totally thrilled about this interview. So I would like to propose. How are you guys doing?
I'm happy.
You're happy. And how are you doing?
Very well, very
Okay. Let me propose we focus on news from the restaurant first.
Sure.
And then talk about this very special performance that is coming up at El Rey.
Sure.
So, what's new other than the name? And I want to hear the story behind the name because all of a sudden one day I woke up and it was no longer El Rey Lounge, it became El Rey Barbecue Lounge. When did you marry barbecue? Definitely.
So, thanks for having us again, by the way. And I don't want to take too much time. My friend Empress today is the star, and we want to focus on her. But yeah, I had a few different people ask that same question, and it kind of appeared overnight, didn't it? About a month and a half, 2 months ago. Rihanna and I have been making our food in-house since our inception almost a year ago, if you can believe it. It's almost been a year.
Wow.
And we kind of had a couple of iterations of menu, and ultimately I got tasked with the kitchen menu. And I said, sweetheart, there's only one type of food that I know how to make. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do what I know how to make, and that's barbecue, because we're from Oklahoma.
So these are your recipes.
These are my recipes. They're very simple, very short. And the difference with us is we make everything in-house, but we also use a smoked method. So you've been and seen the actual smokers there at the restaurant, and it's a smoked cooking method. So it's a longer technique. There's a lot of work that goes into it, but a lot of love too. And Rihanna was a trained pastry chef, so now we've got some really interesting sweets and cheesecakes and banana cakes, which I think you got to try last time.
Yes.
And her cookies. We're also excited to announce we just launched a to-go and delivery menu. So we're now delivering to Zona. We're delivering to Nuevo. We'll deliver any area within the metro area. Of course, there's a delivery fee. If you're within Versailles, we deliver at no charge. But if you're without Versailles, then there will be a small delivery fee. And so check us out on our Facebook page, on our WhatsApp catalog.
Which I'll put on the screen, no worries.
Yeah, perfect. I also wanted to mention, so we married the barbecue idea, like I said, about 6-8 weeks ago, and people just kind of took off. I mean, the people have spoken, so to speak. They love the smoked wings. They love the ribs. We do ribs on Thursdays. We do brisket on Fridays, and then the rest of the week we're doing the full menu. So it's really been a nice change.
For those of you that don't know, because we want to appeal to everybody in this interview, El Rey Barbecue Lounge de Versailles is an amazing, almost 1-year-old lounge on Vienna Street in Colonia Versailles, where you can cocktail, you can eat, you can enjoy wonderful live music, and we get to hear about that in a second. And it is temperature controlled. And this is important to mention because, it is. Are we still in March or no? We're in April. Oh my God, man! Yeah, my forehead tells me we're in April. So pretty soon we're all going to be looking for all those hiding places where we can enjoy being pampered by a friendly staff and wonderful cuisine and awesome cocktails in a comfortable place. Now, how has this personality change affected the reaction from the clientele?
I think it's been good. We changed the hours. I mean, we pretty much kind of did a restart on the whole concept, and we open earlier. We're now 2 to 10. We've been called all kinds of interesting names. We also decided to be probably the only restaurant or bar in the city that is closed on weekends. So Saturdays and Sundays, we take the weekend off.
It's about time people decide to think outside the box. And I wouldn't hold that against you.
No.
It's happened to me once or twice that I've been in the neighborhood and I've been like, I'm in the mood for
Barbecue.
yes.
Yeah, I think you texted me then. You said, "Is everything
Yeah,
okay?"
I was like, what the fuck? It's closed. But we all do what we need to do to keep the balance between work and personal life. And if what's working for you and Rihanna right now is to work on the week and close on the weekends, then power to you.
It's fantastic. And the staff truly enjoys being in a hospitality industry where they can have their weekends to themselves. And, at the end of it, we're here to enjoy Vallarta as well. We didn't come here just to work all the time. And we want to keep enjoying it. So that's what we're doing. I also do want to mention, I have a little list that Rihanna sent me with real quickly. We started a lunch special for the summertime, 150 pesos. So our smoked wings, our pulled pork, sliders, or chili and cornbread, or our brand new torta menu, which includes the Oki torta ahogada that I sent you that video of. Maybe
Oh,
you can
I
pop
will
the
put
video.
it. I will put it on the interview because I was not sure whether you wanted to make me hungry or whether we were going to include that in our interview. But I'm happy to share. That looked
Please do.
yummy.
Please do.
And
And
coincidentally, if I can just throw in a personal anecdote,
sure.
I've been making a case with the audience. You guys are responsible for this. People started asking about tortas. So I've been doing research
Okay.
of different great tortas that you can find around the city. So I'm going to go
Please check us out.
and check out your torta.
Yeah.
Now, talk to me about the music component. Unless, are we missing something that is important?
One other thing, and then we'll jump into that. I just want to also say that to kind of help out during the summertime, and you mentioned we are air conditioned, and so we are doing a appreciation night every Friday for all the ladies of Vallarta, and so we are doing a complimentary pitcher of margaritas or sangria with your 600 peso purchase. So it doesn't matter what you purchase, consume 600 pesos worth, which can be a mixto combo board, or you can share. You can do charcuterie, mix it up with some desserts, whatever you're in the mood for. If your table spends 600 pesos, you get complimentary pitchers of margaritas or sangria to enjoy. So we want to make the ladies' night special. We just really want to kind of provide an opportunity
For women.
to welcome everybody in the neighborhood, because we also do our Thursdays there at El Rey,
Of course.
which obviously caters to men and women, but in this particular town mostly ends up being a lot of gay men. So we wanted to offer a different opportunity on Friday nights. So that's what we're doing.
Wonderful.
Lastly, I want to jump into the fact that the upcoming event with Empress, a week from Monday on the 21st of April, she'll be blessing us with a performance that evening that I'm sure will be sold out. So definitely get your tickets ASAP. They're only 200 pesos, ladies and gentlemen, which is just an absolute giveaway. When you hear this woman sing, it's going to change your mood. And so that's fantastic. And later that week, on the 24th, we have the Out and About Gay Mixer there at El Rey. So that's all the housekeeping. Thanks for letting me throw it all in here. I have done my duty here.
You've done your duty. Well, I am so grateful that you're here.
Thank you.
And I am so grateful that you provide a welcoming environment for everyone. And then not only that, but Larry and Rihanna go out of their way to make sure that specific niches of our community feel particularly welcome. This is absolutely wonderful. And
That means a lot coming from you, and that's what we want. So
awesome. Well, let's hear from the lady.
let's turn it over.
Speaking of the ladies, let's turn it over to the Empress.
Yes.
So nice to see you.
It's so nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you, so I'm happy for the invitation.
How did you get to Puerto Vallarta?
Oh, that's an interesting story. We were actually moving to Germany because I spent almost 25 years living and working in Germany. And I had come back to the United States and moved eventually to Las Vegas, and I hated it there. And I met my husband there, and we decided to move back to Germany because that's really where I was working. And when we got to the plane, I had lost my passport and we could not board. So we drove to San Diego to get an overnight passport because there's no consulate in Las Vegas, and we were going to stay overnight. And I said, well, I don't really want to stay in San Diego. I wish we could have stayed in Mexico. And he said, we're only 40 minutes from the border. So we drove to Mexico just to spend the night, and we ended up staying 3 days and having a wonderful time. And I said, you know what? I don't want to move to Germany. I want to move to Mexico. And he said, yes. And
Excellent.
so we're here.
And you're here.
Yeah.
And I
So
know that you've been performing because I've seen your name and your beautiful photographs out and about, but I am one of those who have yet have the privilege of hear you perform live. Please tell us a little bit about what people can expect musically on this special night.
Okay, this is a very special night for me because I'm playing solo, and I play guitar and I sing and I write original music. Jazz is my forte, so I will do a couple of standard jazz tunes so that people get to hear a little bit of what they know, and then I will sing some of my original songs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, artists, we don't like to be compared with anyone because ultimately we are our own person. But for reference to the people that might be interested in hearing you perform, Empress is along the same veins as.
Well, one of my favorites is Oscar Brown Jr., who a lot of people don't remember or don't know. He was an exceptional jazz singer and composer, writer, and I like his music because it always told a story and it always had a theme. And so my stuff always tells a story and has a theme. I like musicians like Al Jarreau, Denise Reeves. There's just a plethora.
Wait. Time out. Did you say Denise Reeves when you
I mean,
intended to say Diane Reeves?
Diane
She's
Reeves.
my muse.
Yeah,
She is my
I love
muse.
her.
She touched me
Yeah,
and I didn't wash my hand for days. I swear. She has been my muse
I
for,
love her. I love her.
oh
I've
my
seen her
goodness.
several times live in New York. I like Tuck and Patty also.
Stop. Oh my goodness. I saw them live too when I was going to school at Berkeley.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk Andres, the way he plays guitar.
Oh yes.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
goodness. So
yeah.
as an instrumentalist, are you, I guess I'm just going to have to go. In fact, I think I'm going to be there. In fact, I will be there. There is a cover charge, right?
200 pesos.
And 200 pesos gets you entrance.
Access to see this wonderful pack.
And just hold on just a second. This is a little bit of the technical stuff. Let's go back to you because you have, it's a long place. Where is
So
Empress?
here's how we're setting it up to
Okay.
start. So for this first event, which hopefully will be the first of many with Empress, assuming we can coax her back, we are setting up the first 20 seats in the back patio area, which you haven't been out to in a little while.
Yes, I have. You changed all the furniture and you made it somehow it's more spacious.
Not only that, now it's completely enclosed. And so it is going to be protected from all the weather this summer. And believe it or not only does it have a roof and it's going to have sliding windows to open and close to protect us from that, we're actually leaning towards air conditioning the back patio this summer.
Wow.
So we would have all of that space available. So that's where we're going to start with her on this event is going to be the back patio. So if and when, and I fully expect those 20 seats to sell quickly, then we are going to move into the main dining room because we're going to be having dinner service that night too. So it's going to be really dinner and a show. So the 200 cover pesos is just to help support the artist and cover that expense. And then hopefully everybody enjoys cocktails and dinner along with us.
Compared to what you have to pay in other venues, I think 200 pesos cover is a great deal.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you something. Let's say that the back room where Empress is going to be has sold out. Do you have any kind of microphoning and speakers? I mean, are people inside going to be able to at least listen to it?
Absolutely. Not only that, the plan she and I have discussed is if if and when we actually overflow to the main dining room, we're going to try to set up a video cam so that the TVs can actually broadcast her from both areas, and then the audio will just be overhead audio, so you'll be able to hear her throughout the entire restaurant, and front patio, interior design, and then back patio as well. So
Wow.
nobody will miss a beat. You won't feel stranded if you're in any spot in the restaurant.
Empress, any parting thoughts? Anything that you wish to share so that we can convey as much enthusiasm for people to attend? I'm so excited.
Well, one of the things that excites me about El Rey is the smell of the barbecue. The first time I went there, when I was getting out of the cab and walked across the street, and I could smell this food, and I go, "Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to be stuffed." Because it smells so good, it tastes good, and it's really a wonderful place. But musically, I should be talking about the music.
No. Hey, it's all part of the experience.
Well, you know, everybody likes barbecue, and if you don't come and get this barbecue, you're gonna really miss something because it's Oklahoma barbecue, you know.
Wow.
So yeah, and cornbread. I'm just it's just the food is exciting to me. So to come and see my show, because I'm gonna give you all the excitement that I can, and all the love, and tell you some amazing stories that I hope you'll enjoy, and we're gonna eat together.
I love
And
it.
enjoy the evening.
We'll make sure to put this on the screen, but once again, as a reminder, this is going to be on
April 21st, Monday, April 21st from 7 to 9 p.m.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here. Empress, we owe each other more connection time because you've mentioned some of my musical icons, and folks may be interested to know also that Empress has been a touring star doing musicals throughout Europe. So I am sure there are more things that we can talk about in the future, and I very much look forward to that.
I would love to. Thank
Your
you.
viewers should definitely check out her website, and it's part of that bio that I sent. That's on all of the promo. She's being super modest. The amount of shows and activity that her career has spanned is really remarkable. So it's going to be something that, you know, for 200 pesos is laughable compared to what a ticket to the Lion King must have cost.
I hear you. Thank you so much to the both of you, and thank you for sharing this wonderful bit of news with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And there you have it. Boom, boom, boom. They were so much fun to talk to. They were absolutely wonderful. I hope, and I need your feedback. Think about this for a second. I loved doing that interview. There's nothing I didn't like about that interview, but I also know that it was a little bit on the promo side, which I can appreciate. Summer's coming and businesses are trying to get our attention in the most creative way. Coffee and Headlines has always been an advertiser-free environment. So I want to make sure that we are not all of a sudden doing things and interviews that sound too much like an ad. And I want to make sure that we're continuing to create connection opportunities. I don't know if that made sense. If that didn't make sense, I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't had all my coffee, but I just want to make sure that the content is the kind of content you would want. Feel free to drop a note or feel free to send me an email message. I am happy to hear from you. And I really hope that I'm able to attend this presentation because I haven't had a chance to listen to Empress, and I've tried some of the barbecue offerings at El Rey, and it sounds really scrumptious. And I thank you for sticking around for the interview. Now let's take a quick look at your comments. Lots of good mornings as usual, and I appreciate it. Glenn says, first time watching on YouTube. Yay. Glad to hear that. Oh dear, who has a birthday? Happy birthday. Who had a birthday and Sue Davenport. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Let's make some noise. I hope you have a good birthday up north, wherever you are. Um, and Logan, how did you get to Yelapa so quickly? It was just yesterday that we talked about the fact that you were going. I hope you brought your GoPro camera, and I hope you're going to take some awesome footage for us to take a look at when you come back. Muffin on the street becomes muffin on the jungle. I love it. Let's see what else we have. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, ouch. Hey, Paco, females can also have balls. You know, Sherry, I'm not touching that one because you might beat the shit out of me if we come to a disagreement. I'm going to leave it at that. You know, I never knew that cows had horns. I thought that the cows didn't have horns. And even Clemmy steps into that thing. He says the cow are called raramuri. I think that's the Spanish name. They are like Texas Longhorn. I I'm a city boy. I need to do some cow research. I promise I will become better educated when it comes to cows. Let's see. Oh, Betsy. Oh, Betsy. Ravel. Oh, oof, oof. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And Stan says, what a great question to ask AI about Ravel. You know, all these people have, now that ChatGPT has it just got upgraded, so now it has this image generation capability that is just wild. So a number of people out there are asking ChatGPT, show me what I look like based on our conversations. And I am terrified of asking ChatGPT what ChatGPT thinks I look like. Maybe I'll do it, but maybe not. Let's see. The big melt is working overtime. It's nice to see the snow disappear and soon to see the plants come alive. That's a nice wish. I love it. Boom, boom, boom. Oh no, Barbara, you're heading home, or your other home. After a swim and a walk along the ocean, I will be packing up a storm for our return flight to Vancouver tomorrow. We're already looking forward to our return in November. Well, Barbara, it was great to cross paths with you at least once or twice during this trip. Safe travels. Let's see. Sean went to see Sargento Dan last night. Isn't he crazy, wonderful, full of creativity? Sargento Dan. He is. I love him because he lives in his own world and he's just super, super nice. And yes, I had to laugh with, not at, but with my dear friend Lawrence from El Rey BBQ Lounge because he called Emiliano Zapata Zona. We're delivering to Zona. I love it. I love it. I die a little every time you don't call things for what they are, but that's okay. That's my problem, not yours. Oh, yay. Let's see what else. Yes, for all these years, I've never done a music appreciation presentation about Diane Reeves. Note to self, Diane Reeves and Tuck and Patty. My goodness, amazing musicians that everybody should know. And let's see. I see thanks. I see your comments about the promo content. Thank you very much for keeping me balanced. I want to make sure that you're happy. Mark says it was fine, Paco, full of good info. Thank you very much for that. I like that it was advertising for them. It got me to look up their menu, and I am excited to try a great barbecue place. Sean, let me know if you're not doing anything on Thursday. I think Thursday of Semana Santa, I'm going to be hiding at El Rio Barbecue because it's Thursday. Let's see. As a longtime permanent resident, I love hearing this content from El Rey Barbecue. Thank you for that, Betsy. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You're all happy, and that makes me happy. Interview was balanced and informative. That's what I was aiming for, Glenn. And that's what I try to keep in mind when I'm doing these interviews. I do appreciate that moving forward, we're bound to get people that just want to advertise what they do. And I'm always going to be vigilant that at the same time we get to find out how these interviewees get involved with or give back to the community. And that's just the way my mother made me. What can I say? Um, ChatGPT is also a great way to create and refine travel itineraries. I haven't tried that, but hey, I'm going to Guadalajara 3 times in the month of May to listen to concerts. Um, and I'll be looking for ChatGPT information. And this brings us to the end of our very long broadcast today. Thank you very much for sticking around. Tomorrow, we'll be back for more coffee, more headlines, more stories, a little bit of promos, maybe. But why not? It's good to stay connected, and I appreciate your feedback immensely. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning for more.